Hey, what's up, Multiplied crew? I hope you're ready to get deducated, because I'm about to dedicate you right now. So today what we're going to do is, we're actually going to play Greed Mode with Azazel. So I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks for Greed Mode, and we're going to actually unlock... Where are you at? Yeah, we're going to unlock Lilith, which is unlocked by beating Greed Mode with Azazel. So that is why we're playing Greed Mode today on Azazel. Let's just get right into it. So Lilith is very good in Greed Mode, so you'll want to unlock her as soon as possible. So in Greed Mode, you've got this item room, which is typically a boss room item. But you can get other items, like you can get Magic Mush in here. I've gotten that before. So you can get very good items from there, or you could get something like Safety Pin, which is actually fine because it increased our range. Or I think it increased our range. So that's a decent start. But yeah, basically in Greed Mode, you have a shop, and that is your main way of getting items, is this shop right here. So basically, you already have restock enabled, and if you don't know, restock is what causes items to, once you buy them, a different item will appear. Like, let's say we buy this, a different, probably like a shop room item will appear. So let's say we buy this, and then we get BFF under it. So, and they're all the same price. You don't have to worry about the price increasing like normal restock. And you'll want to also get into this. This is just a normal item room, and we got a key from that chest, so we're able to go into here. And we get Bomber Boy, which is not the best item, but it'll do for now. And with Azazel, I recommend going into here, seeing what it has to offer. Like, I've said it a few times, but I don't actually recommend taking pills if you aren't very confident in your skills on the game. But yeah, once you press this button, the waves will start, and there are 10 waves, and then there's an extra, like, devil boss wave, so I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, basically, your strategy is going to be kill the enemies as fast as possible, because they will keep spawning until you reach the last wave. So the best way to keep them, you know, under wraps is to just take out as many of them as fast as you can, and that should keep you fairly safe in Greed Mode. The only thing is, I do recommend doing Greed Mode with Azazel first, because he's so strong. He's got basically piercing damage. He's got the ability to one-shot pretty much any enemy. So he's a really good character if you want to just learn how to play Greed Mode, okay? And once you get a certain amount of coins into your Greed Mode machine, which I will be showing you later, you will be able to unlock another mode called Greedier Mode. And Greedier Mode is like Greed Mode, but harder, which you probably figured out. It's harder in many ways, but you have to do it to get Dead God. So just because we don't have it unlocked yet doesn't mean that we're not going to do it eventually. So after the 8th wave, it stops so that you can start up the boss waves, but it gives you a chance to go into the shop, you know, buy whatever items you want, which we're not going to buy either of those items because they're not that good, and we won't be able to afford another item probably. We'll be able to exactly afford another item if it refreshes, but we do not actually need another item, so we're just gonna stick with what we've got, and then we're gonna go to the next floor and see if there's anything good. Another useful strategy for Greed Mode is that you're going to want to, if you see a discounted key, I recommend buying like 3 or 4 of them. That's a strategy that I've found, because you'll always need a key on almost every floor besides the last one. Well, the last 2, I guess. So you'll just want to buy them when they're at the lowest price, because you're going to need them anyways. So it would be a waste of money to buy them for 5 cents when you can get a bunch of them for 3 cents. So I'll show you that if we get one on sale, which we might not. But if we don't, it's fine, because we were going to have to buy them anyways, so yeah, now that we beat the boss waves, this is all the coins you're going to get. The next wave does not give you any coins, okay? So once you press this button, it'll start a harder boss fight. It'll probably be definitely a much more difficult boss. Usually it's something like Monster 2, or there's like 3 or 4 bosses that spawn. So it's pretty difficult, but what it gives you in return is it gives you the chance to get into the Devil Deal. So see how there's 2 monsters instead of 1? That's because that wave is the hardest one, and I do recommend doing that wave every time, even though you don't have to. That's an optional wave. So you can go on to the next floor right after you beat the boss waves. But I recommend doing these waves to get your Devil Deal. Wow. I'm not going to go for the Devil Deal on this character. You want to know why? Because we only have 3 soul hearts, and 3 soul hearts is not enough to get a Devil Deal item. You need at least 3.5 or 4 soul hearts. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip the first Devil Deal, and then we will be guaranteed an Angel Deal on the next floor, I believe. I don't usually go Angel Deals, but I will be doing it on this run. It might still just be a 50-50 chance between Angel and Devil. I guess I'll have to see. I don't remember exactly, and this is a good item right here. Speed and damage up, yeah. Very good item. I love growth hormones. Nothing in the cursed room. And X-ray specs will show us where the secret rooms are every time, so I guess I'm gonna take it. There is a secret room in greed mode every floor, so it is kind of useful to do that. You can find good stuff in your secret rooms. I'm guessing it's either gonna be adjacent to this exit room or it's gonna be adjacent to the curse room that we already went in. So that just shows you should check your shop before you go into the cursed room, because something like that could happen and that gives you no benefit. Let's see if we can bomb all of these keepers at once. Lucky toe. I don't know what that's for. Probably for blowing up a bunch of keepers, I would guess. I don't know. And on Azazel, you actually will want to get some range upgrade. So I am going to go for Mom's Lipstick, because look at how much further we shoot now, which will in turn be able to keep you safer. So yeah, we can hit enemies from so far away. We've got flight. We've got some protection in the fly that we have, as well as Big Fan. So we're looking pretty decent in this run. We could have, you know, a little bit better stuff. But sometimes in Isaac, you just got to take what you get and you don't throw a fit, as they used to tell me in kindergarten. And that's the most important thing to remember, is that you're not always going to have the best run in the world. And if you watched my Eden streak, or even if you watch my daily runs, you would know that not every run is a banger, but a lot of them can be. You can make a lot of value out of nothing in this game. Eventually I will probably teach you how to do a game break in greed mode, which will allow you to win every single time. But that's not a beginner thing, so we're gonna keep that for a later date. And it also requires a very specific item to do it, so we just have to hold off on that. And I will, not this run, but some other run, if I find it, I will teach you how to do a game break. There used to be a lot more game breaks in this game, but they took away a lot of them. So yeah, we're just gonna not buy anything. We've got everything we need right now. None of these are even that good. I mean, it's a range upgrade. It gives you a soul heart, so it's decent. I guess we'll buy a card. So this card is pretty decent. What a question mark card does is it will just copy whatever active item you have, and we have no active items, so we can't do anything with it yet. And as you can see, we have a guaranteed angel deal, which is what I expected. I wasn't positive if it worked like that, but I thought it was. Just like in the normal game, like I taught you in the last episode, you are guaranteed an angel deal once you skip a devil deal. Although in normal runs, you have to wait a few floors, but in Greed, you get a angel or devil deal every single run. Spear of Destiny is an okay item. It's definitely not the premium, you know, item that you always want or anything. So I'm actually going to do a tech here where we're going to blow up this angel statue. Oh, never mind. I forgot we still don't have those unlocked. That's just like the, you know, the inner player in me knowing that it's better to blow up the angel statue, because if you blow up the angel statue, ooh, member card. That's pretty good. If you blow up the angel statue, it gives you a key piece, which actually increases your angel deal chance, which would make us more likely on this next floor to get an angel deal than a devil deal. Which on Azazel, with no HP upgrades, you're gonna want to go angels, where our HP is so limited, and soy milk on Azazel is actually really funny. And I might take that just for the comedy factor. I actually think I am gonna take it just for comedy's sake. Because look at what it does with Azazel. It makes it so you can constantly shoot, which is very funny. And it's actually pretty decent. At least once you get a little bit more damage. Our damage isn't too good right now. But, you know, you can aim this wherever you want. constantly. You can shoot enemies through the rocks. But since we have good enough range... Wow, okay, I don't know what just happened. My finger, like, got caught on a key somehow. So that's why I ran into that. I promise you I was not trying to run forward into those enemies. Like, I think my finger literally just, like, locked up. It must be that, that Isaac, you know, early onset arthritis coming on. But yeah, I like constantly shooting this white beam. It's very funny. It just looks like Azazel is constantly puking. But he's puking up milk. Well, soy milk to be exact. That's why it's not exactly white, is because it's soy milk. Soy milk is a little bit off-white, you know? That was close. And as you can see, those skulls didn't disappear because we didn't clear the wave fast enough. So that's why these skulls are still on the screen, and they make it harder. So you want to clear those waves before the next wave spawns, or else these skulls will not despawn. And now we're going to go back into here. We're going to grab the key, and here's the half-price key I was saying. So every time you buy it, it'll still be half-priced. And we're on Necropolis, so we only need, I think, one more key after this. So we will stick with that. I'll take Headless Baby. And I didn't go into here for some reason, so we get Mr. Dolly, good tears up. I think that makes our brimstone tick more per second. I think that's what it does with soy milk and brimstone. I could be wrong on that, but I think it hits more times per second. So it's pretty useful. Yeah, we're shredding enemies now, surprisingly. Let's just go in there, get it close, hit him with the spear. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have hit him with the spear, but sometimes you just gotta take out the enemies before they take you out. And we have flight, so we don't have to worry about the creep. We do have to worry about that, though. And he can't do anything to us from above. That is the strategy to do with Bloat. You have to stay above him. Because he can shoot you to the side, he can shoot you if you're under him, but he cannot shoot you if you're above him. Besides those green explosive shots that you saw. Go into here. Okay, well, we would have gotten free keys anyway, so probably a waste. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take an HP upgrade, and I think I'm going to take Sad Onion just to get our tiers up a little bit. School Bag allows us to take 2 active items, even though we have no active items right now, so it's not that useful. Also, is X-Ray Specs not working, or am I just crazy? Did I already go into the secret room? Because there should be a secret room on every floor. Okay, there it is. Wow, what a secret room. I guess Petrified Poop is fine. Maybe it'll give us a soul heart. Give us a little bit more money. Yeah, it gave us 3 extra cents, so it was worth it. I mean, X-Ray Specs so far has not been worth it, but it's okay. So like I said, you can go to the next floor after you beat the boss wave, but I do recommend doing this every time. And as you can see now, it's a 50-50 chance of Angel or Devil Deal. So we are going to hopefully get an Angel Deal, but it'll more than likely be a Devil Deal just because whenever you want an Angel Deal, it's always going to be a Devil Deal. And vice versa, of course. So the Angel was the bigger threat. We took the Angel out first, and now we can focus on the easier boss. Goodbye. And we did get an Angel Deal, actually. And this is a very bad active item. I mean, it's not the worst in the world. It can get you some free hits and stuff, but overall, Active Contrition is just better. It gives you an Eternal Heart. It gives you a Tears upgrade. What else could you ask for? And now we can move on to the next floor. So yeah, we still have this floor to use a key on. Ooh, okay, well, we have homing now, so this is gonna get a lot easier for us. Beautiful. Let's see if we can get a damage upgrade from here. Nope, but it's a second syringe item. And blow this up, see if we can get anything good. I mean, we got 6 cents out of it. Good enough for me. And let's see what's in here. I was really hoping for a syringe item. Ooh, we got a black heart from the poop because of Petrified Poop. And let's blow both of these guys up without blowing up the reroll machine. Perfect. And I am gonna reroll just once. Neither of those are good. Okay, I'll reroll one more time. Not really getting anything great from our shops on this run, and that's, like I said, that's what happens in these runs sometimes. Sometimes you get great stuff, sometimes you don't get anything good, so it really is like a 50-50 shot that you're gonna have like an amazing run on a greed run. And as you can see, sometimes the homing can extend the hitbox of Brimstone a little bit. So it's pretty good. See how it's like extending that far? Like it should not be able to shoot that far. That's why homing is so good on Brimstone. Especially on Soy Milk Brimstone. So our DPS is actually really quite bad. But in greed mode, you don't need the best DPS. In greedier mode, you do need really good DPS, but in greed mode, this should be fine. If you're able to dodge the final boss effectively. That is the only thing. Yeah, see how far that was extending because of the homing? It's crazy how good homing can be on Brimstone. Avoid all these guys. And we're to the boss. Might as well just go for the boss wave. We didn't have anything good in the shop. We can re-roll, and I will re-roll after this. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, but he blocked me off with spiders, unfortunately. You got to be a little more careful sometimes, especially me, but I don't play as careful as I should, just because I have faith in my own skills. But you should play a little bit more careful. Don't put yourself into precarious situations like I keep doing. And Monstro 2, you got to be looking for his animations. That's the important thing in a lot of bosses. They have visual animations before they do any attack. So you have to be looking for those animations, okay? Not really great. That's also not really great. I guess I'll take Binky for the soul heart, and we're at max tiers, so I guess that didn't do much of anything for us. Okay, I'm just gonna save my money for the next floor. Apparently 7.33 is the max tiers right now, so that's interesting. These guys are a little annoying. Just try to avoid the mask. The heart can also shoot you, so you gotta be careful about that. And once you take out the heart, the mask gets angry, starts moving faster. So what I should be doing is just aiming for this mask first, since he's the most dangerous thing in the room. You always want to be aiming for the most dangerous thing in the room. And I tried to explain that last time, that when there's enemies that can shoot you from afar on Azazel, you want to take them out first, because they are the biggest threat in the room. And you always want to be aiming for the biggest threat. I mean, this is Flight and HP up. I mean, we already have Flight. Let's just go with Monstrance. It gives us a Holy Aura, which damages enemies when they're inside it, which is pretty good for greed mode. Anything that does splash damage is pretty good for greed mode. And let's move on to pretty much, I mean, it's the last floor that we need a key for, at least. Oh, okay, Jacob's Ladder is very good with Soy Milk Brimstone. Look at how much it'll splash. Before I take this Tears upgrade, I'm actually going to check the store and see if there's anything that we could get to re-roll it. Which I don't think there could be, because I don't think we have the D6 unlocked yet. But what I will do is I will take this damage upgrade. Oh, Lump of Coal is really good with Brimstone, so we're gonna want to buy that. It's not as good with the Brimstone that we have, but it's still pretty good. So let's just start our waves and hope that we can get enough to buy Lump of Coal, which we will in this mode. In greedier mode, it actually gives you less money, so it's possible that I wouldn't have been able to buy it. But in this mode, I definitely can. See how good that Jacob's Ladder splash damage is? Yeah, look at that. Wow. The homing plus the Jacob's Ladder is going crazy right now. What a synergy. I didn't think this round was going to be very good, and it still isn't like overly broken or anything, but it's looking much better than I expected. And we unlocked the Book of Sin, probably from defeating Envy like that. And last wave. And we do have enough to buy a Lump of Coal, so I will buy it. And it's going to ruin the color of our Brimstone. Oh, no, it didn't. Never mind. And what Lump of Coal does is it does more damage to enemies that are further away from you. And there was no reroll in here, right? Right. So I'm just going to take the Tears upgrade, even though it won't do anything for us. Like, literally, absolutely nothing. Shot speed doesn't even matter on this character, so... Yeah, see how far you can hit him away with not only the homing, but Jacob's Ladder? It's pretty good. I personally am a big fan of this build. But it just shows you can be surprised by a lot of builds in this game. Lots and lots of builds can surprise you. This isn't very good. The double cage fight is a little difficult, but we can hit both of them at once. And hopefully they'll both die very quickly. That was a skill issue. Chariot card is fine. We finally get a Devil Deal instead. And it's not great. I don't recommend wasting your HP if you don't have to on a Devil Deal like that. And nothing else good from the shop. Let's just blow these guys up. Okay, we missed the last one again. It's all good. And now, let's move on to the last floor before the boss. So there is a final boss, kind of like in the normal runs, and it's just greed. Well, super greed. Or ultra greed. I think it's ultra greed. And he is a pretty difficult boss. His patterns are kind of all over the place, so it takes a lot of practice. So I can almost guarantee you, okay, Dead Cat is amazing. It's going to take away one of our red health upgrades, but it's going to give us 9 lives. But I can almost guarantee that nobody will beat Greed on their first attempt. Like their first attempt ever. So the only thing to remember is that you just have to keep trying. If you don't keep trying and learn the patterns, you're never going to be able to beat them. So even if you lose and you get frustrated, just keep trying. That's really the only advice I can give you on this game. That'll definitely help you become a better player. If at first you don't succeed, try again and just keep trying. I promise it'll pay off. And if it doesn't, you can unsubscribe, okay? But yeah, the only way to really learn everything about this game is not from just, you know, watching me play. You have to be able to get into the game, play yourself, learn all the patterns, especially the boss patterns, but you'll have to play Greed many times, so you'll learn the Greed boss patterns. And let's just go in for the boss. We might as well. We're pretty strong now. Arachnid will die very quickly. And goodbye, Triachnid. And double... What are these guys called? Maw? I think they're called Maw. Mega Maw? Wow. And they just obliterated me. And, wow, yeah. So that kind of sucked. So what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to reroll until we can find some soul hearts in the shop. This is also an HP upgrade and a damage upgrade. I think I'll take it for the damage and the HP. And then we have to reroll and try to find soul hearts. Okay, well PJ's is basically 4 soul hearts for 15 cents, so take it and see if we can get one more soul heart in the shop. Nope, no soul hearts, but we have a good amount of HP. You want to make sure you have at least, like, if you can, like 8 HP going into the final boss. So that's why I'm hoping that I don't get a Devil Deal here. I'm hoping for an Angel Deal so that we can save our HP. Even though I only have 5.5, I'm pretty confident I can beat normal Greed with 5.5. But I do recommend newer players have at least 7 to 8 HP. If you can help it. And of course, I'm gonna have to use all my HP here. And I never got to use the question mark card. Yeah, that's about as low as I'm willing to go on him. But this will give us, I believe, 2 soul hearts back. So we'll still have the same amount of HP, technically. Yeah, so we still have the same amount of HP. It's all good. But I guess we can try one more reroll in the shop. See if we can get a soul heart. No soul heart. Kind of sad, but it's all good. And let's move on to the final boss floor after we... Okay, this will actually give us some soul hearts, so we're going to be looking in the safe range. And that's why it's important. And we unlocked Wooden Cross for sleeping in it. That is why it's important to try to find secret rooms, but they could literally be anywhere, like attached to any of these rooms. Besides, secret rooms cannot be attached to this main room. I will say that. They can be attached to the cursed room, they can be attached to the shop, and they can be attached to this room, as well as both of the item rooms. So never try to bomb, like, here, thinking the secret room will be there. That's where the Devil Deal spawns. It'll never spawn there. The other two, these are where the item rooms spawn. It'll never spawn there. So just be careful of that. But let's move down to the last floor, and let's show off a little bit of greed, ultra greed. So in this room, be careful. The minute you step forward, there's going to be a boss that spawns, and it's going to be super greed, or just normal greed. And apparently 2 of these boys for some reason. I don't think that usually happens, but it's fine. And let's go into the greed fight. So this is ultra greed right here. Yeah, see his pattern is already tough. He already just shot at me twice out of nowhere. But yeah, he'll drop these coins, and if his eyes match up, like let's say his eyes, when he does that, are 2 hearts, that means he's gonna spawn HP for himself, and I'll show you if he actually lands it this time, which he didn't. If he doesn't get matching ones, he just spawns spinning coins that will hurt you. But let's see. Okay, he got 2 keys. Destroy as many of these as you possibly can, because he's gonna start spawning enemies out of these doors. So if the keys make it, these doors will start opening up, and a bunch of enemies will spawn. And these are just like bombs, so stay away from those. You don't have to destroy them as long as you're far enough away to not get blown up. Oh, that was a skill issue. You want to try to end this fight with as many coins as you can. I was just trying to show off the best strategies, so I did not save a lot of coins. But if you can, save a lot of coins for this, because I will show you in a second. But after this is over, there will be a greed machine that spawns. Oh wow, he just destroyed me. Spawning all these bombs. He still hasn't spawned the HP one yet, surprisingly. But yeah, you see his patterns are like really, really abnormal. He's not like a normal boss. He doesn't choreograph every single attack. But that is how you beat greed in greed mode. And we unlocked Lilith. And see, a greed machine spawns here, and you want to be able to put as many coins into it as possible. So we only saved 4 coins, but we unlocked lucky pennies just for putting a couple coins into that machine. So there are a lot of unlocks for this, and you will want to save, I would say on average, you'll want to save about 15 coins at least to put into this machine, if you can help it. If your build isn't strong enough, it's more worth it to spend your coins and win the run than lose and not put any coins in. Because if you lose, you don't put any coins in anyways, so there's no point. But basically, that's all I have for you. I'm gonna use a bomb on this guy just for the funnies. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned something about greed mode. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Goodbye.